Hey guys, Jason here, and today is a very weird and bittersweet day because this might actually be the very last thing I ever film here in this room. So if you've watched the channel, you've seen this space. This is the garage of my house that I turned into a home studio, and almost every day for the past 6 months, I've come in here and worked on music. So we've been using this one-car garage just as a storage space since we moved in, and then last summer when I quit my day job to focus full-time on being an independent musician, I just kind of wedged my whole setup into this room. And don't get me wrong, I definitely considered kicking my 3-year-old out of her bedroom. And before you judge me, I presented her with the options of moving her crib here into the garage or into the master bedroom, and she seemed pretty on board with either. But alas, the garage was the best option, so I just kind of cleared out space in the middle of the room, moved all my gear in here, and have been making it work. And working in the garage has definitely presented unique challenges like the weather. There's no insulation in these walls, so in the winter it gets freezing in here, and in the summer I'm sweating and the camera's overheating. Over in this corner, about 10 feet away from me, is the water heater for the whole house, so anytime a sink, a toilet, or a shower is running, I hear shh. So this is what you typically see when you watch the channel. What you don't see is the chaos to my left and right. Starting to my left, there's the garage door. There's a cat carrier, some boxes, bicycles, strollers, boxes, my little stand-up vocal booth, tool shelf, also some more boxes, road cases, my wife's couch with a guitar on it, the one bit of wall art to make this room pop a little bit, guitar amps, my shelf of pedals and camera gear and other electronic nonsense. There's my drums, a food pantry shelf that I built by hand, no big deal. A pile of just random stuff that gets sorted through seasonally. There's some leftover lumber from some around the house projects, a printer, the aforementioned water heater in the corner of the garage. There's the breaker box for the whole house. And then in the middle of it all is my desk setup. So this is my desk area where I would work every day. So starting with the Midas analog board, I literally just use it for the channel preamp. So I've got my mics and my DIs plugging into here and then direct out of each channel into my audio interface. From the Midas into my audio interface, the Motu 8A. I love the Motu stuff because it's got an internal mixer so I can route stuff kind of any way I want. Out of the Motu into a Mackie Big Knob passive volume controller for my speakers. My speakers are the Yamaha HS5s with the subwoofer. So I've got my USB hub, some pens, my on-the-go hard drive, some picks, my glasses, and I actually use a trackpad and a track ball because I use them for different functions. So when I'm working, I'm just constantly moving back and forth between the two. Lens caps, camera battery. The Chase Bliss Mood lives on my desk because I love to feed tracks back through it and do glitchy effects. And this is my box of Oblique Strategies, an idea from Brian Eno. They're just creative prompts, so if I ever feel stuck, I just grab a random card and do whatever it says. Here I've got some drum triggers, a mesh and a rubber head, and a kick trigger for when I want to sketch out drum ideas and I don't want to play them on a keyboard. To the side of my desk is my main work keyboard, the good old M-Audio Axiom. I've had this thing forever and it's never broken on me. Here's my softbox for lighting my face whenever I film videos. And attached to the back of my desk, I've got this really great mount for my camera, and I got this little light just to help balance out the big softbox to my left. And stashed under the desk is my 2021 M1 Mac Mini with solid-state external drive from OWC. I've got these two microphones permanently set up at my desk, my Deity S-Mic 2 shotgun mic for filming, and my Shure SM7B for working out vocal ideas, and a Dyson fan pointed directly at my face for when it gets too hot or too cold in here because it is, after all, a garage. Not to mention the walls and the door from the house into the garage are pretty thin, so all day long I hear my child screaming and laughing and crying and getting in all sorts of mischief. So 99% of the time I've been working on headphones. So it just makes it really difficult to mentally separate myself from my home life and focus on my work when my home life is right on the other side of a very thin door. All you parents who have been working from home during the pandemic know what I'm talking about. So I wanted to make this video not just to commemorate this space as I'm moving out, as if it's a space particularly worth commemorating, but to make a point to any musicians watching this that you can make music anywhere. I mean, for the past 6 months, I've been making music every day in a one-car garage. All the boxes and junk have done a pretty good job of absorbing reflections, but the EQ profile in this room is atrocious. I do not trust the sound coming out of my monitors. But somehow, miraculously, every day I manage to get work done. At the end of the day, it comes down to making your space work for you. Just set up your gear, get to work, and figure it out. So we're moving out of this space, and I'm actually looking at leasing a studio/office space somewhere separate from where I live. So I'll get up every day and drive or walk or bike, depending on the distance, to my office, and really let work be work and let home be home. Plus, leasing gives me the opportunity to really customize the space to my work rather than having to work around the fact that I also live there. So at the moment, I don't have a space to move into. I've got a couple of leads I'm in conversation with, but nothing's locked down quite yet. So I'll probably be working and filming on the go for a minute. So yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, who wants to see the new studio space? This ain't it. So I haven't pulled the trigger on an office studio space quite yet. So I got this storage locker for all the gear that I just don't have room for, drums, road cases, and the like. I was able to snag a really good unit. It's a 10 by 5 as opposed to 5 by 10, so I don't have to empty it out to reach stuff in the back. And it's like 30 or 40 feet from the loading dock, which is pretty convenient. So neither of the leads on a studio space ended up working out. The first was gonna overcharge me for a space that was really too small, but they were gonna be tolerant of noise, but in the end, it just wasn't a good deal. And the second space was really cool. It was way more square footage than I was looking for, but it was coming at a really, really great price. And I love the owner of the building and what they're trying to do there, but ultimately I just couldn't make it work in my budget. But they're not in a rush to occupy that space. That building still has a lot of developing to do, so who knows, maybe that could work out in the future. So for now, I'm gonna be working from home again and stopping by here often to pick up and drop off gear. And just like the last space, just gonna jump in and get to work and figure it out. And that's really the whole point of this video, is any space will work if you work the space. All you need is your creativity and a little bit of do-it-yourself attitude. So to all my fellow musicians and creatives out there, just get to work. So that's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, love y'all. See ya.